So the Bose QC headphones are a marginal upgrade over the Bose QC45s because they mainly have slightly better active noise cancellation. But the Bose QC Ultras are all new and they have all new features for Bose. Now the standout characteristic for both of Bose's headphones is their comfort. But today we're going to compare the Bose QCs to the Bose QC Ultras. Let's see which one's right for you, and let's see if the Bose QC Ultras are worth the premium.
Regarding pricing, both of these headphones have gotten a price increase. The Bose QC headphones have a retail price of $350, around what you would expect for a pair of premium ANC headphones, whereas the Bose QC Ultra have a retail price of $430, which is up there because at this price we would start to expect to see more premium materials. But overall, both of these headphones are decent options, but I would wait for them to go on sale. Nonetheless, if you want to pick either of these two headphones up, they'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And if you want to further support the channel, pick up a Big Head approved hat, linked down below. We've got trucker hats and snapbacks. By buying a hat, you help the unbiased and unsponsored videos coming, and it also helps us cover more products and produce more versus videos. Thank you to everyone who's already bought a hat, and look out for more designs coming soon. And also, please remember to hit that like button, and let's get subscribed. Now first, let's talk about these cases because I feel that this is very important for traveling. Now both of these headphones come included with decent hard shell cases, so they're going to keep your headphones safe even if you cram them into a cramped backpack. And both of these cases are decently small, so traveling with either of these two cases is very easy. Because for comparison's sake, headphones like the Sony 1000 XM5s and Sennheiser Momentum 4s have very large cases which are a hassle to travel with. And then there's the soft shell case that you get with the Beats Studio Pro, which I feel is unacceptable, and then there are the AirPod Max's case, which doesn't fully protect your headphones. But overall, both of Bose's headphones come included with decently small hardshell cases. No issues to report here. Bose just simply gets it right here. But with the cases out of the way, let's talk about the headphones themselves. Now, design-wise, these headphones look different, but they have the same build quality and they're using the same materials. Both of these headphones are fully collapsible, they both have mostly plastic bodies, and they're both using leatherette on their ear pads and headbands. The Ultras have some exposed aluminum in their arms, and their headband glides instead of clicks like the headband on the QCs. But other than that, these headphones are built the same. The only thing that I want to point out here, build quality wise, is even though the leatherette on these headphones feels fine, this leatherette doesn't feel as soft or as supple or have the same grain as the leatherette found on Bose's older headphones. Now this isn't a huge deal, but I do want to give a heads up to anyone who might be upgrading from either the Bose QC45 or the NC700. But now let's talk about fit. Now both of these headphones are very comfortable to wear. However, the Bose QCs are a little more comfortable than the Bose QC Ultra. Now both of these headphones are Big Head approved, and even if you like to wear hats, both of these headphones will have you covered. However, the Bose QCs does have a slightly looser fit to them than the Bose QC Ultra because they have a little less clamping force. So if you want something with a looser fit, then you might want to go with the Bose QC. Now the ear pads on both of these headphones are extremely spacious, so they will have no problem fitting most ear types, and even if you have very large ears or ears that stick out a lot, they will both have you covered. And since both of these ear cups have so little padding that comes in contact with your skin, both of these ear pads do a really good job of staying cooler for longer. But the main fit difference between the Bose QC and Bose QC Ultra is going to come down to their weight. The Bose QCs weigh in at 235 grams, whereas the Bose QC Ultra weigh in at 254 grams. Now both of Bose's headphones are lightweight because your average pair of premium ANC headphones weigh in at around 280 grams. But the Bose QCs are 20 grams lighter than the Bose QC Ultra, and this 20 gram difference is a big difference when it's on your head. So with the Bose QCs, these are just easier to forget that you're wearing when you're sitting at your desk, and you notice them shifting around less when you're walking around with them on. So overall, the Bose QC Ultra are a pair of very comfortable headphones to wear. But the Bose QCs are even more comfortable because of their looser fit and lighter weight.
But with all that out of the way, let's talk about tech specs. So regarding battery life, both of these headphones have an advertised battery life of 24 hours with their active noise cancellation turned on. Now, a battery life of 24 hours is okay, but it is a little behind when compared to the rest of the competition. But you cannot use these headphones with their active noise cancellation completely turned off, so you can't extend their battery life past 24 hours. And personally, I do feel that that's a shame, because I think these headphones can easily go up to 40 hours, 35 at least. But also, with the Bose QC Ultras, if you use these headphones with their immersive audio turned on, then they're gonna go from a battery life of 24 hours to 18 hours, which I do feel is a problem if you plan on flying with these headphones regularly. Now, when it comes to charging these headphones, just as you'd expect, both of these headphones charge via a USB-C port, as they should. And when it comes to their fast charging numbers, with both of these headphones, if you were to plug them in for 15 minutes from a dead battery, they're gonna get you 3 hours for playback time, which is okay, but again, it is trailing behind when compared to the rest of the competition. So overall, both of Bose's headphones have the same battery life performance, which is okay, but their battery life is trailing behind here a little bit when compared to the rest of the competition, and their fast charging numbers aren't the greatest, and also you can't use these headphones with their active noise cancellation completely turned off, so you can't extend their battery life that way. Now, regarding connectivity, both of these headphones can be connected to any two Bluetooth devices at the same time, which is good if you're a power user, because you can easily hot swap from one device to another regardless of ecosystem. And when it comes to overall performance, both of these headphones have zero latency across the board when watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. And when it comes to audio codecs, both of these headphones have support for SBC and AAC, which is perfectly fine. But if you want to, you can always just use a wired connection with either of these two headphones, because they all still have an audio jack, which is great because you can plug these headphones into an airplane's entertainment system, or you can always just monitor your audio. Just keep in mind that both of Bose's headphones are using 2.5mm audio jacks instead of your more standard 3.5mm audio jacks. But more importantly, with the Bose QCs, you can use them passively, as in if you want to use them with a wired connection, they don't have to be powered on. Whereas with the Bose QC Ultras, even if you want to use them with a wired connection, they have to be powered on. But also, the USB-C port on both of these headphones are strictly used for charging. You can't use the USB-C port on either of these two headphones as a wired connection.
But with all that out of the way, let's talk about sound. Now, just as you'd expect, both of Bose's headphones are a pair of neutral sounding headphones, as in they have bass, but their bass is mostly on the audible side. As in, you can hear their bass, but they aren't going to rattle your head all that much. So some people will say that these headphones sound flat because they can't physically feel their bass. But these headphones aren't flat, they just sound different. Now, you can always go in and adjust the EQ on either of these headphones to your liking, and you can crank up their bass. But even if their bass is cranked all the way up, they still aren't going to physically rattle your head all that much. Overall, both of these headphones are going to be better suited for someone that likes a more neutral or vocals focused EQ. But the main differentiating factor here is that the Bose QC Ultra have immersive audio. And what immersive audio does is that it pushes the vocals forwards and it moves the instrumentals back and opens them up quite a lot. So the Bose QC Ultra sound a lot more open, but without sounding overly artificial. Now, immersive audio also does the whole head tracking thing, but I think head tracking is a gimmick, so I just set them to motion so that things sound still. I know the whole naming thing is just rough here. Now, even though immersive audio sounds great on the Bose QC Ultra, here's the problem with immersive audio. It's going to take a significant toll on the battery life because the Bose QC Ultra are going to go from 24 hours to 18 hours. But overall, both of Bose's headphones are going to be better suited for someone that likes a more neutral or vocals focused EQ. Neither of these two headphones are going to rattle your head all that much, and both of these headphones sound the same if the Bose QC Ultra have the immersive audio turned off. But with immersive audio turned on, the Bose QC Ultra sound a lot more impressive than the Bose QCs, but you are going to have to sacrifice a considerable amount of battery life. Now, when it comes to the media controls on these headphones, the Bose QCs are using physical buttons, so skipping through your music and adjusting your volume is very easy to do directly from the headphones themselves. Whereas the Bose QC Ultra have a hybrid system. There's a physical button which you can press to play or pause your music, and you can also skip through your music. But to adjust their volume, there's a touchpad that you can swipe up or swipe down on. And personally, I hate adjusting the volume on these headphones because it's such a problem. Either the steps are too big, they're too small, or there's just a lot of missed inputs. Personally, I avoid adjusting the volume on the Bose QC Ultra directly from the headphones themselves. And I much highly prefer the MIDI control buttons on the Bose QCs over the QC Ultras.
But something the Bose QC Ultras has over the Bose QCs is that they have wear sensors, so they'll automatically pause your music when you take them off, and when you put them back on, they'll start playing your music again. Now personally, I don't really care for wear sensors on my headphones, so I just turn them off, but they're there if you want them.
But now let's talk about the active noise cancellation on these headphones. Now with this new generation of headphones, Bose has seen some performance improvements when it comes to their active noise cancellation. The Bose QCs block out more noise than their predecessors, and the Bose QC Ultra block out more noise than the Sony 1000 XM5s, which have been the king of ANC for the last year and a little bit. But so that you can see for yourself, we're gonna jump into an ANC test. So like we have just seen, the Bose QC Ultra blocked out more noise than the Bose QCs, which is to be expected because the Bose QC Ultra are more premium than the Bose QCs. But the Bose QC also block out more noise than the Sony 1000 XM5s, which have been the king of active noise cancellation for the past year and a little bit. The Bose QC Ultra are just able to block out more lower frequency sounds like road noise, and they're also able to block out more higher frequency sounds like chatter. But the thing about the Bose QC Ultra is that if there is a lot of noise pollution to block out, they do start to have a considerable amount of cabin pressure. Now, the cabin pressure on the Bose QC Ultra isn't unbearable like the cabin pressure found on the AirPod Max or Bose QC45, but you will notice some pressure on your eardrums. Whereas with the Sony 1000 XM5s, they're able to block out a ton of noise with significantly less cabin pressure. So if you want to block out the most amount of noise, then you can go with the Bose QC Ultra. Or if you want better comfort, you can go with the Sony 1000 XM5s and also block out a lot of noise. Now, since the Bose QCs aren't blocking out as much noise as the Bose QC Ultra, they do have less cabin pressure than the Bose QC Ultra as well. But the Sony 1000 XM5s also has less cabin pressure than the Bose QCs, all while still managing to block out more noise than the Bose QC. So both of Bose's headphones block out a lot of noise, and the Bose QC Ultra block out more noise than the Bose QCs. But you do have to be mindful of the cabin pressure on both of these headphones. But then there's the ambient mode on these headphones. Now, both of these headphones have a very natural sounding ambient mode, and they both have zero hissing in the background. And through a recent firmware update on both of these headphones, you can now somewhat adjust their ambient mode to your liking. Now, this isn't as straightforward as it should be, and you do have to go digging to find this feature, but it is there on both of them. But overall, the Bose QC Ultra has a better ambient mode than the Bose QCs, because their microphone array does a much better job of blocking out wind noise when walking outdoors. Whereas the Bose QCs are very fast to pick up wind noise, and it is a little annoying, honestly. But also, the Bose QC Ultra have active sense, so you can set their ambient mode to protect your hearing from loud noises like this. Just a major headphone warning here on out. So, like you may have just seen, when the QC Ultras detected that siren, they turned their ambient mode off, and when that siren stopped, they turned their ambient mode back on. Whereas the Bose QCs don't have active sense, so they'll just let in everything like this. So, like you just saw, the Bose QCs just let in everything, and this could be a problem if you plan on commuting with your headphones through the city. Now, even though it's great and all that the QC Ultras have active sense, their active sense needs work because it is overly sensitive and it's slow to react. Like you saw in the demo, the QC Ultras didn't react immediately when that siren started going, which is a problem because headphones like the Sony 1000XM4s react almost instantly. But also, the active sense on the Bose QC Ultra is overly sensitive because they'll block out road noise when cars are driving by, or they'll block out the chatter if you're in a crowded area like at the mall, and those are the exact sounds that I'm trying to listen for when I have my ambient mode turned on. So the active sense on the Bose QC Ultra is more of a burden because you'll only hear snippets of the outside world. So that's why I use the QC Ultra with their active sense turned off. But I still maintain that the Bose QC Ultra have a better ambient mode than the Bose QC because their microphone array does a much better job of blocking out wind noise when walking outdoors, which is super important. But something that is missing on both of these headphones is a conversation mode, which is found on the Bose NC700s. And basically, when you press and hold on their multi-purpose button, they'll lower the volume of your music and pump in all of the ambient sound around you so they can talk to someone without having to take your headphones off like this.
Follow the light if you're not sure, listen.
And when you press any button, the headphones will go back to normal again. And personally, I love when my headphones have this type of feature because this type of feature is super useful, especially if you're flying with your headphones, because you can have a quick conversation with someone without having to fully remove your headphones. And personally, I am shocked that neither of these two headphones have this feature because the Bose NC700s have this feature, and this type of feature is very common on a lot of other headphones out there. But I think that Bose can very easily add this feature to these two headphones through a firmware update by just making it an available option for when you try to activate the shortcut on either of these two headphones. Now, I know that some people are just going to say that you can just pause your music and then switch these headphones over to their ambient mode, but it's not as seamless as having a dedicated conversation mode like what's found on the Bose NC700. But finally, here's the microphone test. Now, the Bose QCs come included with a wire that has a built-in microphone, whereas the Bose QC Ultras don't. Now, while in a quiet room, this wired microphone sounds really good. Now, the built-in microphones on the Bose QCs also sound good while in a quiet room, but it doesn't have the same amount of clarity as the wired microphone. And finally, here's the microphone on the Bose QC Ultra, and I feel that this microphone has better clarity than the microphone found on the Bose QCs, and it also does a better job of focusing on your voice while in a quiet room. But what really separates the Bose QC Ultras from the Bose QCs is that they do a much better job of reducing noise pollution. Because right now, this microphone is doing a really good job of reducing some of this road noise. Because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the Bose QC Ultra, it is reduced. Whereas the Bose QCs are trying to reduce this road noise, but these are letting in more noise pollution than the Bose QC Ultras. Finally, here's the wired microphone, and this microphone is just letting in everything. And when it comes to blocking out chatter, it's the same thing. This microphone is just letting in everything. Whereas the built-in microphone on the Bose QCs does try to reduce some of this chatter. And finally, here are the Bose QC Ultra, and these are blocking out even more noise than the Bose QCs. But again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the Bose QC Ultras, it is reduced. So overall, Both of these headphones have decent sounding microphones on them to take phone calls with while in a quiet room. But for the best sound quality, you do want to use the wired microphone found on the Bose QCs. However, the Bose QC Ultras do have better built-in microphones than the Bose QCs because they do a better job of picking up your voice while in a quiet room, but they also do a better job of dealing with noise pollution. Now, even though the built-in microphones on the Bose QC Ultra is good, it's still not the best microphone out there.
But with all that being said, if you're trying to choose between the Bose QC and Bose QC Ultra, here are the main differences. Both of these headphones are very comfortable to wear for multiple hours on end. However, the Bose QC are a little more comfortable because they have a slightly looser fit and they're 20 grams lighter, which is a lot. And with the Bose QC, if you want to use them with a wired connection, you can use them passively. But with the Bose QC Ultra, they do sound a lot better than the Bose QC if you use them with their immersive audio turned on. But immersive audio does take a toll on the battery life. The Bose QC Ultra also blocks out more noise than the Bose QCs, but they have more cabin pressure. The Bose QC Ultra also has active sense, but I think their active sense needs a lot of tuning, but I still say that the Bose QC Ultra have a better ambient mode than the Bose QCs because their microphone array does a much better job of blocking out wind noise when walking outdoors. And finally, the Bose QC Ultra have a better performing microphone on them because I doubt many people will be using the wired microphone on the Bose QCs realistically. But overall, are the Bose QC Ultra worth the premium over the Bose QCs? I don't think so. I think more people are going to be perfectly fine with the Bose QCs because they're super comfortable and they also block out a lot of noise. In order for me to justify getting the Bose QC Ultra over the Bose QCs, they need to have better battery life, a better tuned active sense, less cabin pressure, and better materials. The Bose QC Ultras are great, but they are a little overhyped. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And you know I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something if I'm really proud of it.